The North Houston Highway Improvement Project provides mobility, safety, resiliency, connectivity, quality of life, and economic impact. A $13 billion investment in Houston's future. The key features are improved safety with $29 billion in savings due to better, safer, and more reliable roads. Enhanced mobility with $3 billion in benefits due to less idling and improved air. Economic viability, including $10 billion in business benefits and more than 90,000 new jobs. Quality of life with $1 billion in return investment for more community activity. Stormwater resiliency, pulling 1,309 acre-feet of stormwater off Houston roads. With more than 10 million new Houstonians expected by 2050, the NHHIP is what Houston needs right now. In this video, we'll focus on the portions of Segment 3 that are in the planning and design phase and have not yet begun construction. That includes Segments 3A, 3C, and 3D. We'll briefly touch upon Segment 3B, currently under construction, but details of that segment will be covered in a separate video in the next session of the virtual meeting. Let's briefly overview the project. A major aspect of the NHHIP is the rerouting of I-45 from the west side to the east side of downtown, parallel to I-10 north of downtown, parallel to I-69, where it will reconnect with the existing I-45 corridor. This will provide an opportunity to remove and repurpose the Pierce Elevated. So what does this mean for you? Well, by rerouting the traffic to the east and north sides of downtown, your traffic will flow more smoothly, making your commute between interstates faster and safer. For travelers who need connectivity to the west side of downtown and Allen Parkway, a system of connectors stemming to and from I-45 will take you there. Some of the other components will be the below-street level construction of I-69 from Spur 527 all the way to Buffalo Bayou. This will provide the option to put caps over the freeway to connect 3rd Ward to Midtown and Midtown to the Museum District. Segment 3A begins just west of Spur 527 and ends at Highway 288, which is currently elevated. It will be constructed below street level, continuous with the portion of I-69 between Shepherd and Montrose that currently runs below street level. This project is slated to start in 2027 and has an estimated cost of $771 million. The segment is expected to take 6 to 7 years to complete. Metro's existing light rail facility and Wheeler Station will be reconstructed and reconfigured as they cross over I-69 on a bridge versus that of the existing condition of passing at grade under the existing elevated I-69. Cleburne Street will be extended to remain continuous across the corridor. Eagle Street, where it is split by the depressed I-69 main lanes, would be converted into a cul-de-sac. To better accommodate I-69 commuters during reconstruction, temporary northbound and southbound lane bridges will be constructed to support traffic flow until new below-grade lanes are completed. The proposed temporary lanes can be seen here in purple. The bridges will be 38 feet wide, supporting 3 11-foot lanes. To support stormwater resiliency, TxDOT is proposing 2 pump stations to accommodate removal of stormwater from roadways. The Main Street pump would carry the water to an existing detention pond that currently exists near Main Street. The pump located near the intersection with Highway 288 would pump water to an above-ground storage system known as a head box. The water would be retained here and emptied to Brays Bayou as the bayou is able to handle the stormwater runoff. Some may ask why a project designed to reconstruct I-45 has a significant redesign of Highway 69 contained in it. The reason is the construction of this portion of I-69 is considered critical for improving the flow of traffic along the parallel sections of Highway 288 and I-69 and eliminating the bottlenecks at the intersections of Highway 288 and I-45 and I-69 at 45. Segment 3B is split into 3B1 and 3B2. Construction has begun on this portion of the project. Details are covered in the next session of the virtual meeting. But briefly, first, 3B1 includes construction of a major drainage component along St. Emmanuel that will carry water below the street to a detention pond located near Buffalo Bayou. That will in turn hold excess water until the bayou is able to handle the runoff. 3B2 includes construction of the interchanges with I-69, State Highway 288, and I-45. This portion of the project will include temporary closures of the Elgin, 2M, and McGowan Street bridges crossing 288 at 59 south of I-45 at various times during the construction. Now let's turn to segment 3C, which includes 4 subsegments involving several main lane, frontage road, and cross street enhancements to improve connectivity. This includes expansion of the current reversible 1-lane HOV to a 2-way 4-lane managed lane operation that will allow traffic to continue along I-45 unimpeded as it travels north of downtown. The project will straighten the I-69 main lanes between Commerce Street and I-10 to reduce curvature in the road, making it easier and more predictable for drivers, and will increase capacity. The project also realigns I-45 to the north and east of downtown. Additionally, I-10 will be straightened as it goes by the University of Houston downtown, and 2 express lanes will be added in the center of I-10. New grade separations will be added at the railroad crossings on Rothwell Street eastbound and Providence Street westbound. The existing pedestrian bridge currently located under the Elysian Street Viaduct will be reconstructed in a new location just east of Elysian. 3C2 includes the proposed extension of the westbound I-10 frontage road between Meadow Street and Jensen Drive, intended to improve access to both sides of I-69. Rothwell Street from Sims Street to Jensen Drive will be extended, along with a new connection from Nance Street that will also improve local access and neighborhood connectivity. An additional I-10 eastbound exit at Gregg Street creates an important access point for eastbound drivers heading to nearby residential areas north and south of I-10. Changes include direct connector extensions from the Hardy to I-69. 2 detention ponds will be located beneath the future I-45, I-69 general purpose lanes and are not expected to require any right-of-way. The project will pass over the existing Buffalo Bayou hike and bike trail and would remain with some connectivity accommodations to navigate around the proposed Buffalo Bayou South Canal. The proposed interchange improvements impact Kelly Village, which is operated by the Houston Housing Authority. TxDOT is working closely with the Houston Housing Authority for replacement housing and to support residents that may need to relocate. Approximately 1.85 acres of existing open space within Kelly Village is also within the needed right-of-way. In the effort to restore balanced use for residents, TxDOT agrees to support the conversion of a portion of the property for outdoor recreational activity for tenants. The commitment for green space restoration would affect 4 multi-residential buildings and require 40-unit relocations, which TxDOT will assist. In all, a total of 78 Kelly units will be affected. Additional improvements would be required to Lyons Avenue and Maury Street related to the temporary and permanent railroad crossing adjustments associated with the project. A proposed underground stormwater pipe would be installed in the area. TxDOT has also held discussions with the City of Houston, Downtown Houston, and has entered into a memorandum of understanding with the University of Houston downtown. These organizations requested consideration of changes related to San Jacinto and Naylor Streets. The project will widen southbound North Main Street to provide an eastbound turn lane, through traffic for southbound commuting, and a westbound right turn lane. Highlights include the creation of Gator Drive, which will be a permanent roadway facilitating access from West Naylor to the northern and southern boundaries of the acquisition, and provide connectivity to UHD parking. San Jacinto and Naylor will be extended. Naylor Street will also be converted into 2 lanes, supporting the traffic flow along the southern frontage of I-10 and I-45 as it passes the University of Houston downtown campus. A proposed joint-use detention pond will support NHHIP and UHD. And finally, there is segment 3D, which has 2 segments. It includes the construction of the new location of I-45 to the east of downtown, which will allow for the decommissioning of the Pierce Elevated. Start of construction is anticipated to begin in 2031 and is estimated at $1.7 billion. TxDOT is connecting you with Texas.